Right then guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the GolfMagic YouTube channel. Now today you join me at Mannings Heath Golf and Wine Estate for a very interesting comparison video. Now earlier this week, TaylorMade announced their third iteration of the TaylorMade P790 irons, arguably one of the best selling irons for the last 5 years. The third iteration I was really fond of, particularly the ball flight that you got. For me it felt like a big improvement from the 2019 and 2017 model because they were still very, very good, but the little incremental differences made it probably the best iron this year. Today, I'm going to do a direct comparison between the TaylorMade P790 2021 to the 2019 version. So 2019 versus 2021. This is going to be a very interesting test for me. First things first, let's talk about the design changes. For 2019 to 2021, there was actually quite a significant design change in comparison to the 2017 to 2019 changes. The 2019, 2017, very similar. This one, there's a different finish and also a slightly different design. As you can see, the 2021 model has a little bit more of a pearlescent finish, so not as shiny. And the design as well is a little bit more, I would say a little bit more towards us actually better players. That doesn't mean it's actually suited towards the better players, but if I were to look towards the P790 2021 model, it does look more like a player's iron, perhaps looks like there's a bit less offset when just looking at it face on, but that is not the case when you look down at address. It is being said that the 2021 model does have a lot more offset when you look down at it, and that is actually the case, and with that pearlescent finish, it does look a little bit different as well. Is it chunky? No, definitely not. And for a mid-handicap player's iron, it still is very pleasing to look at, but that is the main difference that you can see from a design perspective here. When you look down at it, that is arguably the most important factor of an iron, and it's a little bit bigger. Both do instill a lot of confidence though, and these differences, as I said, are very minute. They're not that significant. The biggest one is that design change. For me, I'd have to give it to the brand new 2021 model because as a slightly lower handicap player, when you just look at it, it does look unbelievable. It looks very appealing to a very broad handicap spectrum. And then when you look down at it at address, it still does instill a lot of confidence. And from my experience hitting it here at Mannings Heath, it does go very far. Let's now give these both a hit on the range here at Mannings Heath. I've got a 6 iron in the 2019 version and a 7 iron in the 2021 version. I'm expecting there to be quite a significant difference in the flight. That's the main thing that TaylorMade have said with this model. And also maybe a little bit more forgiveness with that sweet spot being slightly larger and the CG being also slightly larger as well. Let's do it. Right, so I've got the 2019 version in my hand in the 6 iron. Let's give it just a few hits here. It's going to be with a 1-piece ball, and I'm going to go out on the course after this and just see the difference between an actual 4-piece golf ball. But let's just have a look at the flight to begin with, just to see if there's a difference in that. Performance, forgiveness, feel. Should be straightforward. Decent striking so far. All right, now I've got the 2021 model in a 7 iron, so obviously I'm expecting a little bit of a higher flight, but I'll still be able to just see visually the difference and also the feel and performance basis. The 2019 model, God, it goes a long way. Those things are dangerous. These ones I think are a little bit smoother. That's such a nice shot. Whew. Right, so initial testing at the driving range here at Mannings Heath. The most notable thing, as I said in my initial review of the 2021 P790s, is the flight is very different. I've got a 7 iron here, 6 iron with the 2019 version, exactly the same shaft, and the 2019 version does go lower. It really does. It's got a lot more of a, I guess, a piercing flight, and they were going a long way. They actually were going a little bit further, I think, with that 6 iron, just because of that run out. I can't really tell here on the range, but it looks like it was going about 190 or so, but carrying about 180, whereas a 7 iron was going probably about 165, but I feel like that dispersion circle was a lot tighter. It really was. The flight though, some could say, oh wait, is the 2019s better because it goes further? Well, no, I don't think so, because people were saying, a lot of amateur golfers were saying that the previous version, the dispersion was a little bit too wide. You were getting ones that were going 170 yards, then for some reason they'd go 200 yards. So that isn't the most pleasant thing to have for an amateur golfer. And I think they have solved it here with the 2021 version. If we're talking about feel, The only difference I can really notice here is that the 2021s feel a little bit more buttery. Maybe a little bit of a weird word to use for irons, but it'd feel a little bit more, especially when you just strike it, it feels like you're striking a blade out of the middle of the club face. Now, don't shudder away thinking that it's lacking forgiveness, because they both do feel pretty similar in terms of forgiveness. But when you do nut one out of the middle here with the 2021 versions, I do feel like it's a little bit more pleasing. It doesn't feel less like it's a rocket ship, it feels more like a nice, smooth iron you're gonna hit very well and get a very positive flight. But in all honesty, there's not actually too much in it so far. They both are very good, very positive irons. I know I'm leaning towards the 2021 version, I'm sure you guys can see that, but it's not like they're absolutely blowing the 2019 version out of the water. I think the last test I need to do is an on-course test. So let's take both these irons now onto the Kingfisher course at Manning's Heath Golf and Wine Estate. Let's see just the feel I can get with some premium golf balls and the dispersion I'll get as well. Let's jump over to a par 3 and see how I get on. All right, so we're on the 3rd hole here on the Kingfisher course at Manning's Heath. Bit of a stiff breeze today, but it's playing 175 from this tee and about 165 from the other tee. I'm gonna hit a few balls, just see how close I can get, and also see, just feel how the difference is between this club and then the 2021 version with some premium golf balls. Let's see if I can get one close. Okay, good shot. On the best one, that I could feel the feel of this one's just a little bit different. I can tell that already. Just on the right side again. That looks quite good. Right, so a bit closer now with the 7-iron. Let's see if I can beat the 2019 version. That flight is so different. Oh, that's a nice shot. Just caught the wind, that one. Such a good shot again. Right guys, so that brings me to the end of this video comparing the 2021 P790 to the 2019 P790. What are my thoughts? Well, I've had a few questions asking, is it worth it to switch from the 2019 version to the 2021 version? What are the main differences? You can see from my testing, the differences are somewhat minute if you're looking at it from a really like deep diving into the tech, the specifications. But that's because it is an iteration. It's the 3rd iteration it has in the 2019 model, and they've added to it for the 2021 model. The main differences I can see is the flight. That is the most significant more than anything. From hitting here into the wind, the 2021 version goes a lot higher. It's got a lot more of a taut ball flight, but it still goes the same distance. So that launch angle is a little bit higher. I imagine that spin is pretty much the same. The 2019 model does go a lot lower. I know I was using a club that is slightly lower in loft, a 6-iron, but the launch was very, very different. Every shot I hit was very low in comparison to my normal ball flight. And although I could control the distance quite well, I know it has that shot in there that goes a long way. If you're thinking, do I want to change from the 2019 to the 2021 model? It's all down to personal preference. It is better, but it's almost like the 2019 model was a 9 out of 10, and for me, this is a 10 out of 10. With an RRP of £1,149, that's a lot of money. And is it justified? I'm gonna leave that up to you guys to decide. I think what would be more justified is going from the 2017 model to the 2021 model, because then after that 4-year cycle, there will be a big difference. And if you guys want me to test the 2017 model to the 2021 model, leave a like down below and let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video today. I know it was a lot of fun for me hitting these two stunning irons, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like down below and let me know what you guys think about these two irons. I know some people don't like the design of the 2021 model just because it's a bit thicker of a top line, but let me know down in the comments. If you guys are new to the GolfMagic YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with all of our videos from TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, Cobra, PXG, you name it, we've got it to keep you guys entertained for all of 2021. Myself and TaylorMade will see you guys at the next video.